So hello friends. So in this video we will be studying about the another concept called as Huffman's coding. So what is the importance of coding? When you are sending a message from a sender to the receiver, so you are going to compress the data so as to reduce the size of the message. So if the message is big, what will happen? It will take more time, or some of the data might be lost, more bandwidth is used for sending the data. These are all the problems when the message is very big. So we have to compress that data and then send. Then all these disadvantages will be overcome. So for that purpose only we are going to use this Huffman's coding. Huffman is the person who has invented this coding. So using Huffman's coding we are going to compress the data here. So how we are going to compress is, so while sending the data, the sender will encrypt the message. Encrypt means what? He will use one code for each of the character. So that instead of that character, that code will be substituted and sent. So this is called as encryption. So what you are doing here is, you are substituting the characters with the codes, binary codes. You are substituting it with the binary codes and then you are sending it to the receiver side. So you should not only send the message, but also you have to send the codes what you have used. So whatever codes you have used for coding that particular message, that also have to be sent with the along with the message. Then what happens on the receiver side? When the receiver is receiving that message, using the codes which this sender has sent, he will decode that data. So what he is going to do, using the codes which the receiver has sent, that codes will be used for decoding the message. Then we are going to get the original message. So in this way what we are doing, we are reducing the size and the message also will be reached faster. That is what we are going to study here. All the points which I have explained, I have written here. Next, there are two types of coding. One is fixed length coding and another is the variable length coding. Then what is this fixed length coding? So in this fixed length coding, for every character there will be fixed length for every code of the character. So for example, I have taken here this message. So this message contains about 20 characters. It is containing the 20 characters. So for each of the character you are going to apply some code there and then you are going to send the message. Means you are going to encrypt the data and then further send the message here. So before coding, let us see, without encrypting, what will be the size of the message which we are going to send. So when you are going to send the data here, like these characters will be represented as the ASCII codes. So they will not be originally sent as these characters only. So while sending, the ASCII codes will be used for sending the data, and ASCII codes is of 8 bits. So ASCII code, one code represents the 8 bits there. So how many characters are there here? So 20 characters are there. So 20 into 8, 160 bits will be used for sending the message. So 160 bits, this is a very small example. But when you are sending a message, there may be more number of characters also that will make the size of the message very big. So now what we are going to do here, we are coding that one. So how many characters are used here? For simplicity, I have just used from A to E. A, B, C, D, E. Only these 5 characters are used for coding, so that I can explain it easily. So now the characters which I have used here is A, B, C, D and E. What is the frequency of these characters? What do you mean by frequency is, how many number of times this character is occurring in the message. This is the count. In some example, they will give it as a frequency or they will give it as a count here. So what is frequency of A? A is appearing 3 times in the message. B is appearing 3 times. C is 7 times. D is appearing 5 times. Similarly, E is appearing 2 times in this given message. Now I have used a theme. Since there are 5 representations. Suppose if I take only one bit, what can be represented? It can be represented as 0 or 1. One bit means it is taking only 0 or 1. Suppose if I take 2 bits, how many different combinations it can represent? So it can represent 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. So these 4 combinations it can represent. Now I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 combinations I have. So when I am having 5 combinations, I will take 3 bits for representation. We can take 3 bits for representation here. So here I have taken 3 bits. A is taken as 0, 0, 0, B is taken as 0, 0, 1, C is taken as 0, 1, 0 and D is taken as 0, 1, 1, E is taken as 1, 0, 0. So this is the method I have used for coding these characters in the message. Now what we will see is what will be the effect on the size of the message which we are sending. So now here each character is taking how many bits of code? Only 3 bits of code it is taking. So totally there are 20 characters. 3 bits each means it will become 60 bits. Then we cannot send only this one. So while encryption, what we have to do here? Encryption codes should be sent along with the message. We have to also send the encryption codes. Means you have to send this table. Is it not? You have to send this table for them also. Then this ABCD as it is you have to send. A is representing this one, B is representing this one, as it is you have to send here. So this again characters A, B, C, D, E should be sent using ASCII characters. So ASCII characters are 8 bits here. So 8 into 5 characters I have taken, 40 bits. Then what we have to send? We have to send the codes here. We have to send these codes. No need of sending this frequency. Okay, just you have to send the code. How many are there? 3 into 5, that is 15. 3 bits each. Like this 5 codes are there. So 3 into 5 code bits will be 15. Totally what is the size now? It is 115 bits. It is 115 bits. By coding or by encrypting, we have reduced the message from 160 bits to 115 bits. It is not much difference because the message is only 20 characters. Suppose when you are sending the message which is very big, that time this coding makes a lot of difference. That is why this Huffman coding is important. Whenever you are sending the message, you are going to encrypt this by using this coding techniques. So now next one we are going to see, that is variable length coding. So next we will be studying about the variable length. So here what we are doing is we are giving the differences of length for the codes. Example, the character which is repeating many number of times. The character which is repeating for many number of times, we are giving a small code. The character which is repeating for less number of times, we are giving it a bigger code. Like this scheme we are using here for giving the codes for the characters here. Now you can see here the example is given here as A, B, C, D, E and a hyphen. So A is having a frequency, this one, B is having this one, C is having this one. So how we are finding the codes and how we are constructing the tree for this one, we are going to see here. So now what are the steps we have to follow for constructing of the code and a tree is, first what you have to do, starting from the beginning, find out the 2 smaller frequency characters and group it into a tree. Follow this method again and again till the complete tree is over. So after that what you have to do is, for the left subtree you have to give it code as a 0 and for a right subtree you are giving the code as a 1. So let us see how to do that step by step. So what is the first step? They are saying you to find the first 2 small numbers into it. So now here we are having these frequencies. Among this, which is first two smaller numbers, 0.1 and 0.15. So what we are going to do here? This is B, 0.1 and what is this? Hyphen. What is its frequency? 0.15. We are grouping it into a tree here. We are grouping it into a tree. What should be written in the in the root node? The sum of those counts or the sum of those frequencies. 0.1 plus 0.15 is going to give me how much? 0.25. So 0.25 is the root of this one. Now which one? B is over and we have finished the hyphen. So remaining A, C, D and this new tree. So what is the frequency of this new tree? It is 0.25. Now among A, 0.25, C, D, we have to find out the second two smallest. Among these, which are the smallest? So these two are the small here. So here it is 0.25, but here it is 0.2 and 0.2. So the first two smaller among this 0.25, C and D. So these two are smaller. So I am building a small tree here now again. So what is its 0.2 for C and D is 0.2. Okay. What is the root of this one? What should be the root? It should be the sum of these frequencies. 0.2 plus 0.2 will give me 0.4. So this 0.4 is the root for these two here now. So now which two are over? C is over, D is over. Now which we have to take here? We have to take among remaining 0.35, 0.25 and 0.4. 1, 2 and 3 are remaining. Among these two, which is the two smaller we are having? 0.25 and 0.35. So what we are going to do here? We are going to take A with the frequency how much? 0.35 as one node, and on the other node we are going to take what? We are going to take 0.25. It is having what? It is having B as its 0.113, and here it is having hyphen with 0.15. So with this I am having one tree here. So 0.35 plus 0.2, here you are going to get 0.6. So now what we have done? We have also finished this 0.25 and we have also finished this A. Now remaining is what? 0.4 and 0.6. So only these two are remaining. So construct a tree now for that one. Just I will wipe this one here. Here only I will construct the tree. So what is remaining here? 0.4. 0.4. It is having C with code 0.2. Here it is having D with 0.2. So if I construct a tree here between these two, we are going to get a node 0.4 plus 0.6, that you are going to get 1.0. So 1.0 is your root node. Now you may ask me that whether I have to take I can take 0.4 on the right side here, right subtree. 0.6 can be taken in the left subtree. Anyways you can do that. Okay. Preferably take the smallest element on the left side. So here what you can do is, in this you can change this one. Smallest element on the left side means what will happen here? So here you will be having A 0.35 you can take, and here you can take 0.25 as this node which is having the B 0.1 and the C you are having here. See, this also is correct. Previous one also was correct. So anyway you can take left subtree or right subtree you can take. Now all the coding is over here. So all the roots we have included in our final tree. Then what you have to do? Start coding. So on the left side we are going to code a 0 here. the complete left subtree. This side is the right subtree, so it is a 1. Right subtree, it is a 1. This is left subtree, so it is 0. This is right subtree, it is 1. Left subtree is 0. Right subtree is 1. This is what you have done the coding. This will complete the Huffman's tree with finding the Huffman's coding. So in the exam, they are going to give you this question. Like this, they will give you the symbols and their frequencies and ask you to construct a Huffman's tree and find the coding for some characters. So now see here, for example, let me take the message as this message I will take. Dad is the message, D-A-D. So what we are going to do here? What is the code for D? What is the code for D? See, D is here. How can you reach the D from the root? You have to come here, then you have to go here. So 0, 1. So we are having 0, 1 code for D here. Next we are having A. A is where? Here, A. 1, 1. So A is 1, 1 code. Next we are having again D, 0, 1. So this is the code for dad. 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. Originally it would take how much? 8 3s are 24 bits. It would take. Now here it is taking only 6 bits for representing the message. This is how we are going to reduce the size of the message here. So you can take anyhow. You can take this 0.6 that side also 0.4, but coding should be maintained properly. That is, on the left side you are going to take a 0 and on the right side you are going to take a 1. This is how you are doing the coding here. Then next we will see here decoding, how we are going to do. Let me take one example here. This message will be given to you. So this code will be given to you and asked you to decode. How do we decode it? Is starting from the first one. 0. 0 means we are going on to the left side. Next is again a 0. Next we have reached the 0. See, this is the end point here. So after reaching this one, what we have come across? We have come across C here. So now write a C. This much part is over. Next again freshly you have to start. Next again you are having a 0. 0 means on the left side you are coming. Next you are having a 1. 1 means on the right side. This is end of the tree here. Is it not? We don't have anything. So this is the end of the tree. So what is the data we have reached? D we have reached. So we have reached D. This much is over now. Starting with freshly now 1 here. So we are starting with 1 here. Next one more 1 we are having. Next one more 1 we are having. So what we have reached? We have reached A here. So this one is over. So now C is. So we have reached A. Next again 1 we are having. See, 1 we are having here. Next is 0. Next is 0. Next is 0 again. Next is 0 again. So we have reached the end here. So if we reach end, what is we have arrived to the character number B. Character number B. Next starting from again 1. Starting from again 1. Then 0. 0 means this side we are going. Then 1. 1 means this side. Then we have reached the hyphen. So this is the message which you are decoding. So now you may ask, when this code is given, after each of this how to stop? See, whenever you are according to that given code, whenever you are coming and whenever you are coming to the lymph nodes where there is no tree again, that itself is the character which is to be written in the result. So this is how decoding is done. Due to this process of encryption and decryption, you are going to reduce the size of the message, which will give the advantage of sending the message faster and taking the less bandwidth while sending.